Well, it probably didn't work because I was just starting the stream, but I just got it.
No, it wouldn't even let me into the invite menu. It was weird. Like my game was bugging out.
You know, that does happen from time to
Oh
time when
no,
I
Eric.
try.
What awful timing.
What? What happened?
I got I got two live notifications at once.
At once?
At once.
Who else is live right now?
Nimmy.
God damn it! All right. Well, listen. Are you?
I am certain. No, I'm just like, no, we have to compete with Nimmy now, but I'm certain there's little to no crossover.
There is absolutely no crossover in our streams. Now the question is, what do you do? Do you stay here and be a good friend and clean this locomotive with me, or do you
Oh,
watch
I'm a
your
VOD
Vs?
watcher. I'm a VOD watcher, 100%. No, that means I'm staying here. Like I don't actually watch
Oh, I thought you were
online.
gonna. Okay, so you'll watch it later.
Yeah. I'm a VOD
Okay,
watcher,
okay, okay.
100%.
Well then, what's good, internet? I'm Eric, and I am joined once again in Powerwash Simulator Extras because this isn't part of the main quest line with Kevin. Oh, look at him! Look at him right there. Look, he's so excited.
I'm here. I made it.
Hell yeah! You're looking good in your pink jumpsuit, by the way.
I like my pink jumpsuit.
Yeah, you know it's a little offset by the gloves, but I kind of like the contrast.
Do you think we could fill this?
I was just thinking, I'm like, no, I don't think so.
Oh, we've been filling this one by accident. That's what
What?
happened.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so
Yep,
if we,
that's what happened. Got it.
okay,
We filled
yeah,
that one already. Good to know that's where we can go to restock on water if we need more.
yeah. If we need to drink, what is this? An inflatable cactus? It is. I've never actually looked around this place before. We're like out in the middle of nowhere, huh?
Hey, wait a minute. Oh, I thought it reacted when I sprayed it for a second. I was like, does this have physics?
Yo, Kev, Bigfoot's back. Bigfoot strikes again. Anyway, look at this place, man. There is nothing for miles. I'm glad we've got water.
That's all we have. We have water and a train.
Yeah, what are the odds that this thing actually works, though, and can get us out of here?
It doesn't need to work. It just needs to look pretty when we're done. We're
I
we're
guess that
power
is what we're.
washers. We're not mechanics.
That's true. We are getting paid just for the aesthetics. So, Kev, it has been a minute. Work has kept me quite busy.
I want to say it's been probably a month since the last power wash.
It may have been, actually. I just realized I'm using the white nozzle. That ain't doing anything. Oh, I
As
also
long as you don't look
realized.
directly into it.
I also realized my dirt color is red, which is going to be real useful for this job. Let me change that. Yo, that bird is loud.
Is that
Okay.
an in-game bird?
Yeah, it's so annoying.
That's awful.
Okay, color. Let's make it green.
The
Hmm.
train is green underneath the dirt. I can also recommend not
Shit.
doing that.
Okay, all right, all right. How about white? Oh, oh, now it just looks like it's covered in something else. Okay. Well,
I would just stick with the yellow or the whatever the
I think it's orange
base
normally.
is. Yeah.
But even that, I think, is a little too close for this one because, you know what? Whatever. It is what it is. It looks like the Polar Express when I'm hitting the button now. So, Kev, what have you been up to, sir? Because I can tell you my life has been entirely uninteresting.
So we've uh I mean we played some games offline for a minute
Hmm.
over the past couple of weeks. Just streaming hasn't happened due to, one reason or another.
Usually, I'm just
Just
too
like
tired and have
I'm
no
like I don't really
motivation.
want to. I don't know. Like you were kind of dealing with some stuff, and I wasn't really like talking about what was going on with me. And I'm like, I don't know if now's a good time to unpack everything that's happened to me in the last month.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Well,
I won't go in. I won't go into
I,
specifics, but I had a. I'm calling it a mental breakdown.
oh no. Okay.
I want it part. I didn't want. I don't want to say mental health crisis because I know a lot of people close to me, and especially you know how I suffer with like depression, and this was not like a. I mean, it was depression adjacent, but not like not where I was like I'm a danger to myself. So like I kind of want to preface it like that. Like I was like safe,
Yeah.
but my anxiety was going like absolutely wild, and I spent 2 to 3 weeks straight just like catastrophizing everything in my life.
Oh, well, I'm sorry you went through that. As always, you're more than welcome to always reach out. We can chat whenever, especially if you want to.
You were going through your own stuff.
Hey, you know what? Even I'll make time, buddy. Even if you want, especially if you want to, around 2:30 in the morning, I am prime for that time. Like I will.
I will admit 2:30 in the morning is one of two. I'm doing one of two things at that time.
All right.
Sorry, three things.
Breaking
I
down
am
masturbation or eating. Got it.
no, I am sleeping. I am struggling to sleep, or I am driving home from karaoke. Those are the
Woo!
three things that
Karaoke's
I'm doing.
fun. What have you been singing?
Uh, I recently, it's kind of been a lot of different stuff, but I've added "I Will Not Bow" by
Ooh,
Breaking
Breaking
Benjamin to the
Benjamin.
repertoire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to rediscover like my like love for music again recently, so I'm like trying to build like an actual physical, air quotes physical, uh like actual like music library. So like even if it's not like owning like a disc or a vinyl, just like having the the actual music files and not relying 100% on streaming.
Okay. I'll admit I just 24/7 basically I live on YouTube because I have the premium so I don't have any ads and I just abuse the shit out of that when I'm at work.
Oh yeah, no,
Um
absolutely. Especially the YouTube Premium comes with their music streaming service as well, which is actually really cool because you get all the same like stuff as like Spotify that like ends up on like their streaming services, but then also you can just add like user uploaded YouTube videos to a playlist. So if you like find like some weird like Japanese city pop song that's like not available on streaming, but some weirdo has uploaded it to YouTube as a video, you could just add that video to a music playlist and it'll
yeah.
play the audio.
You bring up Japanese pop and
This is not a commercial for YouTube Premium, by the way. We are
it's not,
not
no.
sponsored.
Absolutely not. But I do have to
We're
say
just lazy and hate commercials.
I'm glad we're getting the same recommendations in our algorithm here because I've been listening to that too. City pop and like I've always been a stickler for jazz. And it's funny that you mentioned karaoke because I recently I did have like one day to hang out with friends over the last like 2 weeks, like IRL, and I went to
Oh, did
hang
you
out
go to
with
that place I showed you?
Tomo.
I mean, I wasn't
No,
going to say it
no. Ed
for
actually
privacy
bought.
purposes.
Oh yeah, Ed actually bought a karaoke machine.
Oh, hell
So,
yeah.
he invited me and one of our other friends who we do D&D with over, and man, we just threw on YouTube and had that as the backing track. That way, we didn't have to struggle with menus or anything, and
Another reason
we
why I love
sung.
YouTube Premium.
Yeah, yeah.
Karaoke,
Karaoke, they have such a good. You have all the selection you could ever want. So I found
right?
myself singing Hollow Live songs. I found myself I belted "A Petit" for the first time. It wasn't great, but you know what? I think I nailed the cadence. Karaoke is something special, man. But yes, other than that, I have been on crazy work hours, as you know. I just actually maxed out the full amount that they would legally allow me to work. So this next paycheck that I'm getting next Wednesday is going to show me the peak of what I can actually earn at my uh,
Current
current
position.
hourly wage. Yes. So I'm actually excited to see if I'm going to be excited or cry. So I'm assuming it's going to be cry because corporations don't like to pay people for their work.
Yeah, no.
But I will say, last
And
week I was able to store away $900 into savings, so that was nice.
damn, my man has
Yeah,
savings.
dude, my savings currently, like I've so that's another thing I've been doing. Like while I've been on the high low at work, I've been listening to like a lot of financial talk and like I don't know why I recently got into that, but I find that it actually motivates me to put away and try to save and change my habits. So I have not gotten delivery in the last 2 weeks, and I realized very quickly that's where my paycheck goes. Is just DoorDash or like fast food. That is
Oh
the
yeah, no, I could
majority
have
of my
told you like
budget.
DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, like all of that is like crazy. Like
And even if you
how
go
expensive
there,
all of that stuff is, you don't even like think about it. It's like
oh,
just
for
money
sure, you pay
gone.
for convenience, absolutely. And I've learned, man, I'm paying $400 to $500 a week, Kevin, a week on getting things delivered to me.
Why? Oh my God, bro! I don't even have $400 or $500 a week to pay bills.
Yeah,
Like I'm out here donating plasma to make ends meet. What
yeah,
the fuck?
yeah. So that's where all of my money went. So I cut that out and instantly found myself able to able to
A much
make an
better
actual
position.
difference. Yes.
Yeah. So I was just
So
like, what is going on? Like, why you're just like, I could only afford hot dogs. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
well, I will say I've taken frugal to the extreme in order to do this. Like, I now bring my lunch, and it's either a peanut butter sandwich or a tuna sandwich. And when I'm home, I either eat like lean cuisines or like banquet dinners, or maybe I'll make like a pot of spaghetti or something up. And ultimately, it's
Spaghetti
like
and meatballs.
50 bucks for groceries for the month.
Yeah, you're definitely going super frugal. Even I budget myself more than that for groceries.
But I'm doing it so that I can. So I recently, because again, I told you I was listening to these like financial like reps or YouTube channels, for lack of. I'm not going to say they're professionals, but there's a lot of good advice and a lot of bad advice that I've found on those videos. And the biggest thing, which I didn't have to tackle, was I don't have debt. I thankfully I was too stupid for school, so I don't have college debt. But I also don't have a degree to show for it. That's why I'm doing this for free on
Right.
YouTube
Well,
because
I
I
mean,
I
I
can't market.
yeah, that is my issue is just the debt, and we've talked about this on here before. Go look up the episode. Kevin has a very bad day.
Kevin's very bad day. It was in the Laura Croft DLC. If you're wondering, I think it might have been the Manor, Laura Croft Manor.
It might have been. It might have been the. We were definitely on the outside. It might have been the maze, or it might have been.
It was the Maze or the
Um,
Manor.
well, it could have been. What was it? The course, the obstacle course.
Oh, you're right. It could have also, yeah. So there's like three
Because I knew
possibilities
we were
there.
outside because I knew we weren't in the treasure room. We were yeah, we weren't on the treasure room. Treasure room came
Yeah,
later.
that was the last one. But yeah, basically these financial podcasts are like, listen, man, live below your means. If you bring in this much money, you shouldn't be putting out more than that, or you're never going to get out of this slump. Um, and then they shared like stories of people who were like paying off debt, but only paying the minimum amount, so they weren't even paying off the interest that it was accruing. So like after 10 years, they had only paid $4,000 off of their debt, and they paid like $140,000 on a $70,000 loan. I'm like, holy shit! I am so glad I avoided that hurdle.
But that's also the thing. Like, don't get a $70,000 loan.
Well, I mean, again, because we were told this is a what is considered a good debt for an investment in your future. But nowadays, you can't even get a job with a degree. Isn't that fucking
Well, no,
bullshit?
nobody. I mean, nobody can get a job. Period. Right now,
Yeah.
nobody wants to talk about it. But like, unemployment rates are pretty much where they were at during the Great Depression. But
Man,
nobody
what
wants
a
to talk
time.
about that.
I'm fine talking about it because you know what? I'm not monetized. I'm not sponsored. You want some real fucking raw conversations? This is what this channel is going to turn into. Especially since I've got eyes staring into the abyss lately, and I know Kevin will join me, staring right at it. We'll spit on it. Fuck capitalism.
Bro,
It's ruining America.
I
Down
was
with the
talking to
government.
someone about this, like staring into the void. It's like, bro, I'm not even just staring into the void. I'm staring into the void's fucking taint at this point. Like,
You know, I think this channel is going to, like, especially like the power washing. This is where we're going to get real. I think this is where the real conversations are going to happen. We'll save Jackbox for
the
like all the
power wash,
fun.
honestly, the power wash is just the backdrop for our podcast. Like, this is the podcast we've always been trying to get off the ground, and it's just us doing power wash.
Yeah, totally, totally. Oh man, let's see what have you been doing over here. Oh, it's looking good.
I'm just working on the caboose.
Hell yeah. I guess I'm on the engine here. It's not too bad. I definitely have not been as thorough, but we already know this about me. So you're going to be upset with me later, but I am trying to hit the things.
I'm always upset with you for content.
You know what? That's fair. As long as you're not actually upset with me when we're monster hunting, which is our stream that we like to play.
No, I'm usually just upset with the monsters or my controller.
Yeah. Well, to be fair though, Xioshia has been very rough. But now you know all the tactics you need to.
Yeah. Now that I finally understand what you were trying to tell me before.
Yeah, I'm also a very bad teacher. That's something you got to learn about me.
So, I mean, that's the thing. So am I. It's just I know a lot of stuff, but I don't know how to really convey that information in a meaningful way.
True, and I don't think any of the teachers I went through in high school did either.
I had some really great teachers and I had some really awful teachers.
Hmm. Like my teachers failed when it came to teaching me math. That's absolutely a fact.
I had I have opinions on this. I mean,
Okay.
it's really not important now in like the grand scheme of things, but like
Hmm.
at the time I was actually like really upset about it. I always did well in school. And I kind of prided myself on that for a long time as being like the smart kid or one of the smart kids. I was not the smartest kid,
Man, what did
but
that feel like? I mean,
I
again, you
mean,
said you were very
I
proud
liked it.
about it.
I was very proud about it. I liked that about myself, and that's not there's not a whole lot that I could say about that for me right now, but we're working on that. Um, but yeah, no, I'd always kind of been one of the like gifted kids, and it was just like, yeah, I'm smart. I know how to do all this stuff, and it kind of like I didn't. It's not like I didn't have to work for it because like I still like had to study,
Hmm.
well, depending on the topic. Um, and like I was like, oh, they're like, if you do like really well with this, you could take like the like go and take like the advanced placement courses later on, and those will like you can knock out college credits in high school.
Yes, yes, I had to do that for reading, and I was able to go immediate. Reading was the only subject I was good in, reading and writing. I managed to do my placement test at like a 97% right off the rip, so they put me in a second year college course. I'm like, I don't know enough. They've screwed me.
Well, like, and I was like, cool. I'm gonna do these things, and like I was always pretty good at math. Um, for the most part, I still have issues with like fractions, like
Fractions
actual
are
yeah, like
not
actual
so
fractions, like
bad.
the numbers written like like the decimals and like stuff like that. That's not a problem, but like the actual like one number written over top of another number to represent something else, and I'm like,
Oh, I mean, it's
uh,
just this much a part of this.
yeah. Um, but like I was still pretty good, and I had so everyone basically starting into like you had to follow a certain like math program to even qualify for um
The
the
credit.
advanced placements later on. So like they were prerequisite courses,
Ah, yes, you gotta love a good old
and the pre
prerequisite.
and the prerequisite courses for the advanced placement had their own prerequisite courses.
That's how they get you. It's a snowball.
So it was basically the first half of the year was algebra 1 and the second half of the year was algebra 2. And if you didn't basically if you didn't get a uh like a high enough grade in algebra 1, you were basically like you were never going to see the advanced placement math courses.
Yeah, I did 2 years at college, and I was one class away from my associates in the sciences. I was trying to get into a physical therapy, which I've like you know this about me, especially when it comes to trivia. I can answer medical questions, no problem. The problem is I wasn't so good with one of the prereqs, which happened to be microbiology. I just wasn't very good at using a microscope, and that was the one class that I ended up not like I dropped out of, so I wouldn't get the bad credit for it. But since I didn't do that, I got kicked from the program, so I wasn't able to do it. So I was literally like one course away from being able to join in to this medical class that I was looking for, and I never looked back. I never went back, and I do regret it because I did all of that work, but school has never been for me. I'm just not very good at the whole study. I can do anything in practice, but I think that is the biggest regret I have is not actually doing that one last class to get the degree.
Gotcha.
Because then it was just even more after that. Then once you get the degree, then you can apply for the advanced class, and then there's even more classes. And it's like it's this never-ending cycle, and it's in a way I'm kind of happy because I paid for all of that myself with the job that I had at the hospital. Ironically, at the time I worked 8 years at Henry Ford Hospital. It was St. Joe's beforehand, and then yeah, they didn't pay anything. So I'm like, and I get it. It's not like I was a doctor or anything, but when you've been working there 8 years and you started making 10.50 an hour and you're making 11.50 an hour, like there's a problem. 11 years for a dollar raise, it just wasn't worth
Yeah,
it. And I
but the
did
reason I
like so many jobs.
the reason I brought up the math thing is because I ended up not getting a high enough grade in Algebra 1 to move on to to get the recommendation to move up to the more advanced courses.
Hmm.
And I do entirely blame that on the teacher I had for Algebra 1
Oh
because
yeah,
they
we were
still make
talking
you
about bad
do,
teachers.
yeah, because we still do, they still make you do Algebra 2. Um, so I kind of struggled with Algebra 1 and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't understand what's happening here. And then I'm usually really good at math. Like I don't understand why I'm not doing well, and why I'm not understanding it. And then move into Algebra 2, who was a completely different teacher, and then all of a sudden I'm back where I was in math, and I'm like, oh, this this
It was the
bitch in
teacher.
Algebra 1 didn't explain it right. They didn't explain it well enough.
That's rough. I'm sorry you had to go through that. That can absolutely
You
put
know what it is?
you
What it
off
is,
with
and
a
it's
bad
just
teacher.
it's. I mean, it was upsetting then. Now with a little bit more, um, I guess knowledge of myself and also those courses because I did end up getting the recommendation for for the advanced placement chemistry, and boy howdy was that a fucking mistake. That was a goddamn struggle. Holy shit. I just glided by with a B minus in that course. They're like, "Do you want to pay the money to take the test to maybe get the college credit?" I'm like, "There's no way that I'm going to score high enough on that test
Still,
to get the college
congratulations.
credit. I would be throwing away money." But I don't know. Part of me is like, I probably could have done that, and then for math, because like I said, I was always good at math. I was better at math than I was at chemistry. Um,
I
because I still
understand though. I get it.
the there's teachers who sometimes grade on a curve. So if everyone's kind of not doing great and is the top person in the class, if the highest grade in the class they're only getting what would be a B, they just give that person an A and then scale everybody.
That's a dream right there. I was never given that. I was never given
Yeah, so
that.
there's some teachers who do that, and I had a teacher straight up approach me in what was senior year math, which was pre-calculus, um, as opposed to regular calculus or advanced placement calculus because of my fucking algebra 1 grade. But she was like, "So just so you know, you're just gonna get extra credit in this course." And I'm like, "Why? What do I do to earn extra credit?" It's like, "Well, usually I grade on a curve because this is a difficult class for a lot of people. So usually
Ah,
I
the
just take the
American
highest grade and
educational
scale
system.
everybody." Yeah, that's just I just scale it to everybody so that nobody really has to fail unless they're really truly failing. Okay, they're just like, yeah, if I did that with you at the top, everybody else would get a D.
Wow.
So
The
you're
American educational system, folks. This is what we.
right.
This is why China's winning. Anyway,
Well, it's also
it,
it's yeah. I mean, I don't want to blame the teachers. They're also judged on
oh yeah, if they're teaching
dumb
a bunch of
standards.
failures,
It's
it's a
well,
problem.
it's not the fact that they're teaching a bunch of failures and realistically, straight up 100% nobody in that course had any reason
To be in it.
to be doing that poorly.
Oh, gotcha.
And I'm not even was I good at math? Yes, but here's the thing. Every every day we would take notes and then we would do homework. Oh, sorry, we would go over yesterday's homework. She would break down every question on the homework and how it was done, and it was sort of like the group grade, like you grade your neighbor's paper, right?
Oh yeah, so she doesn't have to pay for teacher's assistance. Yes, you
Yeah,
gotta
yeah, yeah.
love the child. labor
Well,
laws that they enforce there.
so there's that. So we're grading each other's paper, and then we get that back, and then we learn the new thing, we get the homework, we take notes, and then basically fucking rinse and repeat until it's time for the test. Every test is open note and open book.
Holy shit, that's a dream. Okay, for those of you who
And
don't know what an open note test is, that's where you're allowed to use your notes to fill out the test at your
yeah, and
within a
it's not
time frame.
and
But
it's not even like, oh, you can only fill out no, all the notes you have. You could use all the notes you have to take the test. And you know what? You know what questions were on the test?
probably what she
Fucking
taught.
all the shit on our homework sheets. So even if you didn't, even if you didn't get it right on the homework, you had notes on your homework of how to do it right.
There is no
So
reason
test
anyone should have
taking,
been failing. None.
yes, that is what I'm saying. Like this is just sheer fucking laziness.
Bro, I had one open note
And
test,
she's
and you know
still
what? I
grading on a
100% of that.
curve. And like also, and like all things considered, like she was actually a great teacher. Like she took extra time out to like answer questions for like everybody and like always made extra time. If you need help, like I am here. Like is literally just like people being lazy and not caring
Oh my god, dude! I
in
never had
that
a teacher
particular
like
way.
that. She sounds
She was
great.
genuinely like a great teacher and an amazing person.
I'm so jealous you got this experience, but I'm really upset that those privileged fucks could not do anything. If I think I had one open note
Well,
test my
I
entire
was also
educational career.
so here's the thing, right? Where I went to school, um, I it was not like a very like super nice neighborhood. And I know I give you flack about um like being the rich kid.
Yeah, it's okay.
uh,
I get it.
but like I was very I had a deep what how do I want to word this? I was very lucky that where I went to school was not like a great neighborhood, but also wasn't a bad neighborhood, and it
Damn it!
was to a point where
You made me stand up.
sorry,
You're good.
um,
So yeah,
that
the
like
neighborhood was
a
questionable.
lot of the teachers were like, I mean, not to, I don't, I mean how
There's no good way to put what you're about to phrase, so just rip the
no
band-aid.
no, it's not. I mean, it's gonna make you a little bad, but that's not why I'm trying to word it because I'm trying to be because I feel like if I say
Say, listen, man. We will always be friends. I would rather you speak your mind, and even if you don't mean it
no,
a
it's
certain
about
way, I'll
doxing.
take it.
I don't want to dox us. Either of us.
Oh, okay. So yes, the school I went to. You can say whatever you would like to.
So
Hmm.
if I say that my school was not in like the best neighborhood, but it was
Yeah,
close enough that most of the teachers are from and
a certain area.
lived in GP,
Hmm.
does that make sense to you personally? The very affluent
GP.
area outside of Detroit?
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so my school was close enough that like I know like most of my teachers like came from families from that area. So it's kind of like old money, so
Gotcha.
they became teachers because they wanted to be teachers mostly, but
Hmm.
also now they don't have to actually work in Detroit proper.
Yeah. 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 I get you. Yeah. No. It's
So like a lot of them or like my chemistry and physics teacher, he legitimately holds patents for certain types of car paint that are still used today. So he's literally teaching for the love of the game because he does not have to because anytime
he get
a
retired.
major auto manufacturer paints a car, he gets a check
That's
if
fantastic,
they
man.
use
What a
this.
hustle.
And it's not like yeah, and it's like not even the it was it's not even like a specific color. It's like a specific like type of finish that the paint has that he has his name is on like a couple patents for.
That's awesome. I wish I could have something like get residual
Yeah, he
checks
was
like that.
like, and he was also a really cool guy, and realistically let me get away with a lot more stuff than he probably should have. But I think he also kind of understood my situation maybe mentally than I did. Just him being a school teacher and seeing all these kids over the years, because like the, a lot of my stuff, the like being like anxious, depressed, borderline autistic, and stuff like that didn't really come out until I was in adulthood, right?
It's
So,
a
but I'm
rough time
sure,
to find out about that too. Like there's
yeah, like way later than you can really do
but
anything
it
about it.
answers it makes you it should at least give you comfort that a lot of things might not have necessarily been all on you. But it sucks that you were held to such standards when you really didn't have much you could do about things. Like I understand that completely as someone who was it took till third grade to find out that I was ADHD and I just couldn't sit still or pay attention. And I think that's also one of the reasons I was always really bad at taking notes too.
Yeah, no, I just got labeled as hypersensitive.
Oh.
Like he's a little bitch. He'll grow out of it. It's basically
uh,
what it came down to.
did I have I ever?
That was
I
the
know
official
I've.
diagnosis.
Have I ever shared with you? I know we're almost done here. Have I ever shared with you my first grade story where they were trying to determine if I was on the spectrum or a genius?
No.
Okay, I know I've told this on the channel, but I'll tell it to you because I don't think we've ever had this discussion. So in first grade, my mom told me she got a call from the school. And I don't, you know, like when you're in first grade, you don't remember shit. Like your brain is still trying to figure out, what's going on, but you're still very impressionable. So, one of the questions, she brought three kids, our teacher brought three kids to the front of the class and said, write one on the board in chalk. And one kid stuck the chalk up his nose. One of the other girls started crying, and then I drew the number one, wrote WON, and then wrote ONE because I didn't know what she wanted. And then the teacher's like, oh my God, this kid might be a genius. And then I proceeded to do a somersault and run out of the classroom.
I love that story. That's such a good story. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
yeah. So to this day, I still don't know where I fall, but I'd like to think it could be either side, and they'll welcome me with open arms. uh, I love that story too.
It's so fucking funny.
Yeah,
Oh my
the
god.
funniest stories usually are from truths, I find. So, now, I was there, but I can't confirm that actually happened. It's just a story because, again, my brain was very much still growing, and I didn't know what was happening in first grade. But yeah. All right, I'm gonna check the list. I actually don't know what's left
Yeah,
here.
I've been slowly
Uh,
working my way down the list as well.
boiler. Oh,
Where's it's not Flash. Okay, I think
oh
whatever it
shit!
is.
I'm spraying a tumbleweed. Oh, look at it
I
go.
did that in front of you. Like when we
I,
started.
I, I don't know. I was probably thinking about stuff. Uh,
Your crank rods aren't done.
it's a fucking story of my life, bro. Oh, this boiler needs to get. Did I clean this? Did this boiler actually
Oh,
get cleaned?
these are the guides. Okay, so then the one on the other side isn't clean? Yep, that's the one that's flashing.
All right, boiler. You're gonna have to work with me here. It says you're dirty somewhere, but I'm starting to not believe it. Okay, you were dirty. All right. Hey, Tony, welcome, buddy. I hope you're having a good weekend as well.
What
I'm
part of this
actually.
isn't clean? What part of you isn't clean? There's no dirt.
You got it. You got something. I
Not the
hope you're
thing
having
I'm
a good
trying to
weekend
clean.
too, buddy. What are you trying?
This bit, this metal bit here. You see how it's
Hmm.
got that little sliver?
Yeah,
I don't see the dirt, and I keep spraying it, and it's not getting clean.
got it.
You cheated.
I had to hit from this angle. It was on the back side of it.
You cheated.
Sorry, buddy. Cab buffers. What the hell?
Oh, see, I thought I got these. What the fuck? It's these little metal
Oh,
doohickeys. Oh, I should probably. There we are. That's both of those now.
man, we have been talking about the educational system and the state of corporate America. Man, you have missed out. But you know
Mental
what? This
health.
is yeah, mental health. It's gonna be a good listen, I think, if you want to check it out later, man. But hey,
If you
you have
like either of
yourself
us as people, it'll be a great listen.
yeah. I feel like we've learned a little bit more about each other today too. I feel like we do that every time we talk, actually.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's important to just
Yeah,
keep learning new things about people.
yeah. Did you know my favorite color combination is blue and silver?
I know I do now,
Yeah.
which is
It
weird because I feel like all your old Team Final Rush stuff was blue and red.
it was. Yeah, it's weird, right? All right, I don't know where this break is. I don't see
Yeah,
anything flashing.
I'm on the same boat with you trying to find the
The
brakes.
these should be the brakes right here though, right?
Those are no, those are coupling rods and crank
Eric?
rods.
Oh,
That's a crosshead.
okay.
That's a drive rod.
The brakes should be around here
It
though.
should be pretty obvious. It's only at 70%.
Yeah, I know, right? Like,
Is
wait
the
a
brake
second.
inside?
Yeah, hold on, wait a second. I was about to. Oh my god, it's right here.
Did we get it?
Yeah, yeah, we got the brake control anyway. Um, okay, what's next? I got
Crank rods,
crank
drive rods,
rods.
piston rods,
Wait a second, crank rods.
steam chests. I thought I got the steam chests. Or are those not steam chests? Am I thinking of something else? Those are steam domes.
All right, crank rod,
That's a boiler.
coupling rod,
Fan dome?
crank rod.
Fan dome.
They have to
Steam
be on the
dome.
other side.
Smoke box. Smokestack.
Smoke them if you got them. Uh... Oh, it's just every single one that I was in charge of. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I knew that. I know what all the rods were. I was pointing those out to you just a moment ago.
You were, but I didn't realize they weren't done. Damn it, I failed.
Steam chest? Is that back? It's not. That can't be back here. No, this is the coal car. Why would there be steam things on the coal car?
Makes sense to
Furnace
me.
panel, furnace panel, furnace panel, furnace. These aren't steam chests. Side panel, driving wheel.
Drive
What the fuck are the-
rods.
Oh, these are the steam chests.
Wow.
Steam chests are done.
It's just that easy. Huh? Alright, piston rod. What is that? What is a piston rod? Whoa, I got some air off of that. Piston rod, piston rod.
You did what with your rod?
If I was piston, where would I?
Piston rod's gonna be
Oh,
easier to get to than the drive rods. These drive rods are
found it.
a pain in the butt.
Drive rod. Wait, it's
I
not done
did
yet.
it. Yeah, it just finished.
We're still at 99. Never mind.
No, hit start. Hit options.
Oh, hey, we did it! Congrats, Kev. It looks beautiful. Look at this. Like a Christmas Express right here. I like the colors.
Yay!
We did it.
Are we doing another one? Because that was only like 40 minutes.
We can, but it's going to be on a different stream. Because I'd rather keep these individual, you know?
Okay,
I
dokie.
find that long form entertainment tends to get less views. So, well, guys, we'll be back for something different here. I don't even know what we're going to be doing next. So, stay tuned. Will I have anything more to talk about? I don't know. Find out soon. Bye bye. Wow, that was only 45 minutes.
Yeah, so